All right, guys, so Fran McCaffery was ejected from his final game at Iowa, and that seemed about right. From early on, McCaffery's fiery personality was more than a talking point at Iowa, it was an issue. At first, it was refreshing to a fan base lulled to sleep by Todd Lickliter, but very soon it became clear that it was more a part of McCaffery's character than it was any motivational technique, and it was that character that ultimately sealed his fate at Iowa. There were failures on the court, no doubt. No Sweet 16s, no Big Ten titles. It's a long list. But coaches can struggle with stats like those and still stay alive if there isn't a bunch of other stuff. And with McCaffery, there was so much other stuff. Scratching the surface here. 2011, he went nuts at UNI. 2012, he slammed a chair at Michigan State. 2014, he exploded on officials at Wisconsin and was suspended for a game by the Big Ten. 2017, he threw a tantrum at Maryland. 2018, he did the same thing. His apologists will point out that he was only ejected 5 times. But in 2019, he wasn't ejected from the game at Ohio State, but he still followed the officials into the hallway and unleashed a river of personal obscenities at them, prompting an overmatched Gary Barta to suspend McCaffery for 2 games. Suspended his own coach. Want to waste an hour of your time? Search Fran McCaffery Tantrum on YouTube. You'll find more than you care to watch, including the childish stare down with an official at Carver Hawkeye Arena in 2023. But what you won't find are a few incidents that, in my opinion, said the most. There was a time in 2018 when Gary Dolphin and Bobby Hansen were caught with a hot mic expressing their frustrations over McCaffery's inability to recruit better guards. Dolph, who's beloved by fans but likely not by the McCafferys, was suspended for 2 games for saying something that most Hawkeye fans who were listening were probably already thinking. Later that season, Dolph is suspended again in an incident that also seemed to have a suspicious inside connection. But where it all went permanently, unforgivably wrong for me, for my colleagues, and for nearly everyone I know who heard about the incident was at the Coaches vs. Cancer fundraiser in 2018. You know the event. Iowa's Big 4 men's coaches are all there, and Keith Murphy was the MC. But that spring, Gary Barta had gone behind everyone's back to give McCaffery another contract extension, one that didn't seem to be needed and bound Iowa to more years and an even larger buyout with a coach who'd missed the tournament for the 2nd straight year. In his own fair, measured way, Murph had questioned Barta's actions with that contract extension on sound-off, and the McCafferys heard it. Margaret McCaffery heckled Keith from the crowd repeatedly, and afterwards, Keith was informed that he would never be invited to MC the event again as long as the McCafferys were there. This is a fundraiser for cancer. And yet the McCafferys ensured that it would be about them instead. Fran never agreed to another interview with us. Not here, not there, not on the radio. He did the same thing to stations in eastern Iowa who reported in the very newsworthy event of Jack McCaffery accidentally hitting and killing a man with his car. Actions like those speak loudly, especially in a close-knit place like Iowa. What was also disappointing about McCaffery was the way he drove a wedge into the fan base. Many defended his actions early on and sold their souls in his defense. Others could only pinch their noses so hard and were forced to choose between a school they loved and a coach who bothered them more and more. Watching these sides battle over social media was a sad sight. A fan base fractured over a coach who did little to reach any of them at all. Iowa is due for a truly likable men's basketball coach. Dr. Tom Davis left that mark in Iowa City right next to his Sweet 16 banner. They have both gone unclaimed since he left. This Iowa fan base has been fractured and frustrated. It's exhausted and spent, and rightly so. It's been a rocky 26 years. It'll spring to life behind this next coach, no matter who he is. Guaranteed. but it needs to be someone worth getting behind. And after all this, all that matters at Iowa is that fans get that because they deserve it. I'm Andy Fales, and that's what's bugging me.